7 skill combos that I like to use in the game. A lot of times when we learn about how to do said skill, we often isolate that movement, and sometimes it can be very difficult to apply it in a game situation. A different way I like to approach learning a skill is making it into a set of sequence or a combination. So in this case, we're gonna go skill number 1 or combination number 1. And the first one is going to be, as you get the ball, we're gonna push it, and then we're gonna bring it back, and then we'll hide it by turning away. Now, there's a few different ways to do this. As I just have done before, we can push it with this foot and pulling it, and then turning it like this. Or we can also make it where back foot, directional, immediate pull, and cut to get out. Why does this work? Well, think about it this way. As I'm receiving the ball from the side, and as I open it, I might see the pressure coming, so I lure him this way, I attract him. Then as he's following me, he's going to be leaving the space behind, right? And I am trying to take advantage of that, knowing that he's going to be following me, or knowing I can attract him, then I turn out. Now, well, what if he sticks his leg out? If you're worried about that, well, if you can see as you're turning, if you see him coming in that vision, in your peripheral vision, you can actually give it a little scoop. So, number 1 can also look like so that's number 1 sequence. We're attracting, we're pulling him away, we're opening, we're attracting, we're hiding, then we're penetrating, okay? A very useful sequence. Obviously, slight different ways to do it, different variations that you might prefer, but this is the way I like to do it, and that's number 1. And number 2 is inside hook and opening of the body. Now, as you can see, I've got a 5-yard or 5 steps by 5 step type of box, so which can indicate maybe a few different exits I can think about in the game, depending on where the pressure's coming or where the game is, right? We first want to come to an inside hook, meaning we have to first get it out of our body and then come to a stop. Now, we can do this with our right foot or left foot, doesn't matter, right? Many different ways to do it. I can push, I can come to a stop. So what does it mean by opening of the body? What do I mean by that? We simply have to move our plant foot, so there, after the push, after the hook. Now I hooked it with my right foot, so what I want to do is I want to move my left foot, open it, so now my hips are open and the ball is slightly exposed, but it's okay because my ball is glued to my foot, which means I can simply carry it by dragging it across my body. It looks a lot like this. 1 and 2. Let's do it again. We push, come to hook, open, carry. And notice on the carrying part, I am not necessarily taking an extra touch on the ball, but it's more of a dragging of the ball. So I can even go a different direction as well, because inside hook can happen in any direction. Maybe it can be a negative touch and then a carry. You try different sides, right? I've got 3-4 different sides available. So I might even go another direction, push, hook, exit the same way. Or in the same routine, if I had just used my left foot, then it can be negative, hook, open. So it doesn't take much skill. It's about simplicity and knowing how to protect the ball effectively. So we just touched our inside hook. Now it's time for us to try the outside hook. Really similar concept. We're gonna push it to one side, come to an outside hook, and then we'll look to change direction to many different ways. Now the beauty of this technique is that because we come to a stop with the ball like this, we can go many different directions because my second action can be happening really quickly. And also, you can see my body was relatively half turned or side on, but if I quickly readjust my body, then we may be able to go any direction much easier. Inside, inside, little stepping outside or going forward, you get to unlock different directions. So let's give it a go. So outside hook, opening of the body, then we get to choose which way we are going to go. The important piece to this is immediately after the first touch, how well and how quickly can we bring that outside hook. So meaning, try and take minimal number of steps before the hook. So after the touch, you want to get into that hook immediately. There, hook immediately. And then change your body shape anywhere you want to go, okay? So as far as your second actions go, you can throw your favorite skill sets, or you get to just keep it simple. You just might be able to go push, hook, inside. I might even take the first touch negatively. So there, touch, hook, and carry. Touch, hook, and push. Or if you really like that sequence, we may be able to bring third actions in. Right, number 4 is going to be a scissors and step on. Now, obviously, I know there's a lot different names for that particular technique, but it kind of looks like this. As it comes, no touch, scissor out, then step to change directions. Just be aware of the pass that's coming back to you, because it's obviously, if it's fast, it's quite difficult to push it with the outside. You just might have to catch it with the inside. And notice how, ugly, or how much I had to compensate the form for the speed of my scissors, because, it's coming too fast. So obviously this is a technique when the ball is relatively coming slow and the pressure's coming and you're not panicking, and you just give a little 1, 2 and change of direction. If you don't know how to do that technique, the second part, there's this way, click on that and it'll show you how to do that particular technique, okay? So get towards the ball, little 1, 2, change, and maybe another. So just like the 3 skills that we have done before, you can come up with many different variations that suit the situation that you're in or your preferred skills or technique. So my favorite way to kind of utilize this in the game is, as it's coming, 1, 2, there, step 1, 2. That can be one if I want to exit to my right, but if I want to exit to my left, just like how I've showed you, 1, 2, step, scissor, 1, 2, behind as well. That can be very effective, and that works because if the pressure is coming in front, I am pulling the ball behind and it's behind me, so he can't exactly tackle to win that ball. But obviously if I just simply take that touch, it's exposed and he's got a better chance of winning that. Part of the reasons why scissors can be very effective, because you're getting in front, and in this motion the ball is behind and you're actually protecting the ball, and it's not just a simple body feint there or like a jab. Scissors can be a really effective tool because of that reason. So let's go again. 1, 2, step, 1, 1, 2, behind can be effective. 1, 2, step, 1, 2. Right, the next skill is receiving on a creef and then also jabbing and then pushing out one more. One of my absolute favorite ways to get out of a situation when the pressure is coming from where the ball is also coming from. So, which means as it's coming, imagine the pressure is coming this way. So I'm going to receive the ball, or maybe slightly in front where this pole is here. So I'm going to be receiving by planting my left foot here. And that's going to help me to cut off any sort of contact that's about to come to poke for the ball. I'm going to hide it. And then with that said, I'll be receiving on a creef, then jab, and then push out. Or a croqueta. This is the best way to do it. There, little 1, jab, 1, 2. So that can be a really effective way to move the ball about 3 to 5 yards in the game in a very tight situation. So there, plant, creef, little jab, 1, 2. So again, going towards the ball, little plant, there, little jab, 1, 2. Keep in mind, when we are planting for our creef to receive, we have to plant hard on our left, like we're shooting, then little touch, then step, jab, and 1, 2. So if I were to put it all together, a little touch, jab, 1, 2. And then jab. What's the point of the jab there? Well, Now the pressure is coming, still coming from my right side because I moved the ball with my curve. With that in mind, if I take this jab, that player is going to have to pause just a little bit. And also, if he's not going to come to a stop, then I can use the jab to block him off, then run away again. I could obviously use my left outside, but croqueta generally is a nice option because the ball is going to end up inside you. So let's just do it one more time. Practice it on your own. There. 1, jab, 1, 2. Getting away. Make sure that croqueta, you gotta move it sideways, not going forward. Move it laterally. There, jab, 1, 2. So with pace, touch, jab, 1, 2. Okay, so the last one is letting the ball come across my body. So oftentimes we get caught with a poor body orientation because we're controlling the ball as the ball comes or as you're facing the ball. So this is why you're limited to this space and not being able to get out to a better outlet in the game. So if you watch yourself play, you might just notice that. So what we want to do instead is we simply let the ball come across. So all you have to do is go towards the ball, and watch this, as this ball is back here, this is when I turn to go with the ball, okay? So let's take a look. So that's the first step. Notice how I shift my body weight as well. So a good weight distribution is also very important. And you get to run with the ball. So now the second action can be a scissors or a step over. Let's take a look. I'll show you both cases. The first one is going to be the scissors. So the idea behind this is, as we distribute the weight and get out, if the pressure comes, I now am ready to face him to go either direction. So I just might use two of these poles as my exit route to go around. And obviously we can do the same with our step overs. Right, so those were 7 different skill combinations that you can absolutely utilize in the game in tight situations. The best thing about this is because you're memorizing it and making a second nature in sequences of order, you don't necessarily have to come up with different ideas to get out of situations, right? 3 might be all you need really, right? But as you get comfortable, you can start to expand your horizon a little bit in terms of the set of skills that you've got. But try with 1, 2, and 3, and those can be a really good sequences that you just might memorize and make it a second nature, and you pull it out in every tight situation. These have personally worked really well for me, so give it a go, and we'll see you next time.